toyed with here. And when I'm saying toyed with, the death flags are enormous. Sorry, and yet they still haven't died. I don't want either of them to die, but it almost feels like one of them are gonna die. The death flags are very strong. And if they by some miracle do manage to make it out of this, then I will not complain. However, something tells me that shouldn't be happening, but then again, I hate reality, so happens. But what it is true is that just like a lot of people have predicted, turns out everything was a bait. Yes, this is me, the Angry Anime Fan 2, here to bring you Kingdom Chapter 569. Bayo and Jontawa managed to survive that jump, although they do crash land in the trees. Although one could say survival may be one of the things they do, but that doesn't mean they escaped unscathed. Both of them lie wounded on the grassy floor, their remnants about all the time they have fought against a different tribe, including a tribe that actually used to belong to Karyoten's tribe, the Kume. But no matter how many difficult tribes they fought and eventually merged into their own tribes, but Yontao always considered Bayu to be her most difficult opponent, although Bayu do not call the thing that he was back then himself. He was more like a boy in the shape of a beast because, well, he was a wild child, as they were called. They exist, actually. So, well, they slowly try to get up, but of course cannot move very strongly. As Yontawa mentions that Bayu had an oath, she herself actually never told Bayu to swear an oath, but that's true because Bayu himself swore an oath that he would gladly die for her if he could protect her. But then suddenly they are surrounded by the troops. But neither of them, although exhausted and very likely having a few broken bones, they still refuse to show defeat in their eyes. As the Mountain King, no, 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 not the, as the Qui-Gon King ride off together with the Sao army after hearing about all of this, all of them are surprised, but also saying that even they do, but after a stunt like that, it wouldn't be a miracle that they're still breathing. But still, Jontawa and Bayu cuts down many mercilessly. Man, they are awesome, aren't they? So the troops decides to no longer underestimate them and says that they need to kill Bayu, but knock out Jontawa, seeing that King Roso wants to kill Jontawa himself. And then it seems like they actually managed to pierce through Bayu. Being distracted by that, Yontawa is knocked out by her assailants. Seeing this, Bayu's mask for the first time ever breaks. And when I say first time ever, I mean it. For the first time ever, Bayu's mask is beginning to break. And he remembers the oath he swore back then. The day he met a young Jontawa who already were a very strong fighter back then. They fought, but Jontawa managed to defeat him. It was during that time he felt fear. But Jontawa pinned him down and said that if you're going to keep being an animal, I will kill you. But if you choose otherwise, then take back your humanity, then I can welcome you back into a member of my family. And as that we actually know about these words a long time ago. However, Bayu as an animal didn't understand those words. However, but they still affected him as he cried in her embrace. Knowing that that was the day he swore in his heart that no matter what, even if it cost his own life, he would forever use every power he could to protect his queen, the person that made him human again. With that, John Tao awakens and Bayu unleashes the beast within him as he slashes through the troops. But we still don't know if Bayu will survive this. I really wished he would have, not only because he's an awesome character, but because also he and Shin, they are so best friends. Well, no, they're not best friends, but I find that bit sad that they never fought side by side by each other. But then comes the real strange part, as troop members of Chieftain Pippo has come up with the Karjin tribe, and it's revealed that they are not going to Yontawa's direction. They are going to Quairon. And finally, we see the old man chief a long time ago. You all remember that Yontawa wanted to ask him a favor, a favor he immediately said no to. Well, turns out that he had no other option, because the plan is indeed to attack the Quairong city while the strongest forces of the Quairong city is outside, and the strongest being Quairong King and his subordinates. And the reason why the old man is the one to do this is because they are the wall climbers. Nothing can scale a wall better than they. As the old man says that it's a foolish to make herself Yontawa herself the greatest bait on the battlefield. He also mentions that this is a scheme that actually Yontawa has used before, and even he has fell for it. So, but in the end, the old man shows also some dirtiness by saying, if an old man is still a man, if my reward is to have Yontawa following over me later. As the old man climbs up the mountain, revealing that his Enshu tribe are the wall runners, as I said before. There's not a wall they cannot scout. So yeah, the counterattack begins now. But Yontawa and Bayu are alone. Can they survive? Or can at least Yontawa survive? That's the question. But I don't think the Quairon King saw this coming. But I highly doubt he left the entire city undefended either. The question is, though, if these wall runners do enter the city, then what? Are the citizens just gonna give up if it means overthrowing Rosso? Or are they just gonna attack them all? I mean, could be many things. Still, though, unless Sao has predicted this, then this is one very big counterattack. Still, I wonder what awaits us next. But is Bayo really gonna die? The death flags are strong. Give me your thoughts if you have any. Like and subscribe if you want to.